Because it's budget day, and we're about to find out how our government is going to spend our money. It looks like it looks like defense will be a key priority. CTV News has confirmed that approximately $8 billion will be spent over the next several years, largely meant to protect North America, but also to buy weapons for Ukraine. So as Canadians, I'm sure we all have an opinion. It's our money. Is this the right move, given everything that's going on in the world?
I think that last point is the key one, everything that's going on in this world. I think that, not to be a fearmonger, but once Russia invaded Ukraine and we see the horror that has unfolded as a result, we realized this is a different day. 2022 and the world is not the same place. And I don't want to say that to be like, oh my gosh, everybody's got to now get armies and get weapons. What I am saying is that we need to be smart about this. And I want to say that spending $8 billion, it's not spending $8 billion on war. It's spending $8 billion on defense. And there's a difference there to me, because it doesn't mean like we're going into war. What it means is, if anything were to happen, could we defend ourselves, and could we help other democracies defend themselves? We're doing okay helping Ukraine defend itself, sort of, but we actually don't have a lot to give them. And the more we give them, the less we actually have for ourselves. And if people are watching this story, Russians have actually reoccupied what was an abandoned Cold War era military zone in the Arctic of Canada. So is it imminent that we're going to get attacked from the north? Maybe not. But I'd like to know that if we needed to defend ourselves, that we could.
I mean, I don't know. I hear everything you're saying, Mel, and I'm just going to bring it to my experience right now. I've been walking around the streets lately, and, there's a palpable tension out in the world right now, and people are not okay. I'm seeing a lot of evidence of post-COVID trauma, closed down businesses, people who clearly need help in terms of addiction or mental health issues, lots of poverty. It's incredibly notable. There's a difference as people who've lived in the city for a long time, and this is a story that is true across this country. So I can't help but take note of that number and just think, between that and all of the supports that are going to be needed to get back to some kind of sense of normalcy, whatever that means in the future, and then the looming issue, which is our continued erosion of our environment. Those, to me, are the biggest and most important things that we should be looking at right now. I'm not saying those weren't touched on or aren't going to be touched on in the budget, but I can't help but feel like the idea of spending even in defense is a mismanagement of money. And, that's just my gut.
No, can't we do both?
Well, I don't know. Can we? I think that's the big question. I don't think the question here is, should we? All the needs are important, as you just, Cynthia just listed, right, Mel? All the things that you said, plus all the things that Cynthia said, everything is essential. So now you have a pool of money. This is what economics is. In order to pay for things, the two most common things you do in politics is you raise more money to pay for it, that is taxes, or you cut from somewhere. So where is that going to come from? I think that is the answer that, for Canadians, we have to decide. What would we sacrifice in order for defense? Or are we willing to pay more?
Or what new places would we tax?
Or, yes, are we willing to pay more for defense over healthcare, mental health, environment? And I think...
Well, it's not that black and white.
Well, it is.
There's a new tax that they want to tax. Bank revenues. No, like a new place that they're looking at is taxing banks that are pulling in over $1 billion in revenue. That's a good place to start. It doesn't have to always just be out of my pocket.
Listen, we love starting there, but I mean, that has been the eternal debate in a democracy, taxing the rich, the corporations. Girl, if we could do that, if we could get corporations to pay more taxes than the middle class people to defend our borders, to fund mental health, to fund families, for sure. But I think that, have we been able to get there?
But it's in the budget. Taxing banks is going to be in the budget. It's not me making that up.
But if we have a military, don't we need to fund it correctly? That's where I come to. And it's certainly not my area of expertise, but it makes me think we have politicians who hopefully are in power knowing what is necessary and looking hopefully at all the issues that are affecting all of us as humans and Canadians right now. And I think to your point, Mel, you know, we're a country with a lot of resources, and we need to be able to keep our reputation as an ally going in the world, and also to protect our own borders. So I hear what you're saying, but I think if we have the military and they need this funding, then this is something that we should be doing.
I mean, like, to go back to Cynthia's point, there's a fire that's burning in our backyard right now, and then a potential fire that might burn with X, Y, Z circumstances that is like not an inevitable thing. So why aren't we spending the money on putting out the fire that's burning right now?
Well, yes. But it's happening in the world right now, and I think it's something that we, as a country, need to be absolutely paying attention to. And unfortunately, attention comes with money.
Yeah, I mean, there are wars going on all the time in the world, right? And I think that this is, we're not going to have time to unpack this, but in a larger sense, what we do know is also that wars beget more wars. We've seen this time and time again. You look at people who have been in war-torn countries and the post-traumatic effects of the people, including the military, including our military, who've gone to places in the world and had to defend. You know, the ripple effects of a war, even in a defense context, are worth looking into. So again, I'm not saying there's no simple answer to the fixing of this problem. And if it was on our doorstep right now, would I have a different response to it? Probably. But I think that it's something that we have to like take pause and think carefully about.
Yeah, I hope some of that funding, if it does go that way, goes to some of our incredible veterans. That's a hope for sure.